Welcome to the Voice of Reason Sports Podcast. Make sure you subscribe to the show, leave a comment, and click that like button. Let's talk some NFL football.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we got the draft coming up. Yeah. How you feeling? Y'all gonna make some noise in the draft? Cowboys?
I'm so disappointed with the Cowboys. I don't know what to expect from the Cowboys no more, man. Seriously. They're showing me that their ineptitude at picking players is this was holding us back. This has been holding us back all this time. You can't just have the first round pick do something and the rest of your draft barely contribute. I mean, not compete, but barely contribute to your team. Last year, we had a draft where not one player had any significant contribution to the team. Not one.
That ain't good.
Not Mozzie Smith. You know what I'm saying? You can't just have like 4 tackles in a sack. You know what I'm saying? And that be your game. You don't even start for most of the games. But everybody else, we didn't use the tight end. We used the DB. We didn't use anybody. Last year's draft was basically a waste. It was basically an entire waste. And I'm not even sure what direction they're really going in this year. I really don't. You got a chance this year to do something they don't normally do, which is pick up a quarterback. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm sorry, but we need to get somebody in case because I don't want Dak to hold us hostage like he did last time.
Let me ask you this. I mean, do you think the fact that they're not making many moves is because you're financially strapped with some of these high contracts you got on the team, right? Mm-hmm. Dak is up there. Didn't CeeDee Lamb get paid? And Parsons got paid.
CeeDee Lamb gonna have to get his contract.
Yeah. So maybe you
Parsons coming up.
Yeah, because I think you guys only made one signing, right? Only made one signing during this free agent period.
Yeah.
So you guys only made one sign. I think the Saints made 2 or 3. So yeah, we're pretty much strapped financially.
Yeah, man. I'm kind of very puzzled on who we're going to take, who the Cowboys are actually targeting.
In the draft.
In the draft. I would love if we could finally get a safety. I'm tired of them just bring these mid-grade safeties through. And we just get like a full safety because the safety really makes a difference on your defense, man. They really make a difference on your defense.
Right.
Yeah, but we never go pick one. We haven't picked the early safety since Roy Williams, like 20 years ago.
Oh, damn. Yeah, that's a long time ago. I forgot all about that dude.
Long time ago, man. And then he got to be the first round pick. But just give me a good safety, like a somebody who can be a superstar back there, man.
Mm-hmm.
And it helps your defense out so much.
It does.
But
it does.
They so key on pass rush, which I get. They got to have a good pass rush too, right? But you also got to be able to protect the run, right? And when people go to pass mode, you got to be able to defend that pass.
Well, I mean, I'm thinking. I mean, how does that change now that you got a new defensive coordinator? Since
that's a whole nother thing. Defensive coordinator. What are we gonna do? What's going to happen? Mike Zimmer is. We like this nostalgic retreads. That's what we like to do. We go get Jason Garrett, who played with the Dallas Cowboys, right? We go get Mike Zimmer, who was a coach with the Cowboys, right? We love doing this nostalgic thing. It's so annoying to be a Cowboys fan to just see this, this nostalgic thing that they keep doing. To bring players back that used to be there or were in the organization.
Right.
And don't get me wrong, it's not like Mike Zimmer is a bad selection. I don't feel bad about that pick. I mean, he's a good coach. Especially a good defense coach. But I don't really see where the improvements are right now. I don't see where we've improved, and we need to improve. We cannot be satisfied with how that season ended. Considering you let a young team come into your house and dominate you. That's not good. You have to improve. You can't say, "Oh, well, we won 12 games. Oh, well, we made it to the second round of the playoff." That's not good enough.
Right.
It's just not good enough. What you did, you had a shot to make it to the NFC Championship game. You had one of the best shots that you're going to have. You're playing a young Packers team, lowest seed left in the playoffs. Okay, you should beat them at home. You know, but you got dominated at home. You didn't just lose; you got dominated. Not good, Cowboys. Not good. And you have not improved on that team yet. I ain't see. Show me you know what happened, what the problem was. Fill in the blanks, but you haven't done that. And
Right.
and you don't give me any confidence that you're going to do this in the draft.
Yeah.
You got a luck box on Parsons, you know what I'm saying? Because we kind of luck boxed into Parsons. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I got to see to after the draft to have a real assessment, but I don't really have any I don't have any really great hope that we're going to pass what we did before. We're going to win games, 11, 10, 12, 10 to 12 games, make the playoffs, you know what I'm saying? And then we're going to still have San Francisco looming over our head.
Oh, did you say 10 to 12 games?
Yeah, 10 to 12 games. That's what we did for the last 3 years. Why not? Here you go with the doubt every year, but here we go. We always win the game. We always win the games. 12 games, 3 years straight.
Yeah, I know. This is when it falls apart.
Yeah,
12
games, 3 years straight. I mean, you get the numbers are the numbers.
Okay.
But that's what we're doing again this year. We'll win 10 to 12 games, get into the playoffs, and then something stupid will happen. That's what's been happening.
I can go with 10 games. I think it's just going to be too tough.
And you always think it's too tough because you're a hater. But we win 12. You say this every year. Oh, 12. You're not going to win 12 games. And then we win 12 games. You do this every year. But we'll win 10 to 12 games. Like again. And usually I would say.
But see, you keep switching it up. You keep saying 10 to 12 games. 1 minute you say 12, then you say 10 to 12. I go with the 10. I go with the 10 games. Maybe even 11.
Tape. I said it 3 times. I said 10 to 12 games 3 times in a row.
Well, that's why I keep laughing about the 12.
I said 12. Huh?
I'm laughing about the 12 games. I don't think he win it.
Why are you laughing about the 12 when we just did it 3 times in a row? You laugh about it every year when I say it. I said 11 3 years ago, 2 years ago, and we won 12. And then I told you last year we was going to win 12 games in the division. We won 12 games in the division.
Yeah,
I mean, what?
Okay. You won the
That's
division.
3 straight years of 12
I didn't expect the Eagles to completely fall apart.
Well, I kind of told you they were going to. I mean, I kind of told you they were, but
Yeah, but we were both right. We were both right on what they were going to do in the playoffs. How about that?
Well, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I ain't arguing. I mean, that's what I wasn't expecting much more than that. I did think we would beat the Green Bay, of all teams, but didn't happen. What can I say?
Yeah.
But if they do a trash draft again this year, then you need to improve. You got to prove. You can't just say 12 games is good enough. We good. You just can't.
Yeah, right.
It's been too long. You can't be in a category with Washington, with the Commanders, as the only teams who have not been in a conference championship game in the last 30 years. You can't.
Oh, wow.
You just can't.
Well,
it was 3. It was Detroit, but then they made it to 1.
That's right.
This year.
That's right. Yeah. Well, I can tell you this for the Saints. I don't know what we're going to draft. I don't know what we're going to do in the draft. It could be an offensive lineman. It could be a tight end. I would like to draft a tight end. I think right now we need to really show up that position. I would like to go for one of those Iowa kids like George Kittle that can block and catch the ball. Because right now, trying to convert a quarterback to tight end is stupid, Saints. Don't do that. It's just dumb. He's not a tight end. And
have you been looking at your mock drafts?
Yeah, I've been looking at some of the mock drafts. They got us looking at some tight ends and offensive linemen, and maybe even a defensive lineman. Because I think we squared away at receiver, but we are looking at some trying to beef things up. Why? Because I guess they're trying to protect Carr, but Carr is Carr. This is what he does. So It would be nice. I mean, maybe we can rely on a run game and the defense to get us to the playoffs. To try to make things light on Carr. I think that would be the best way to go with this. But
Mm-hmm.
it's going to be pretty tough to figure out what they're going to do in this draft. There's just so many positions of need. From the D line to the offensive line to tight end position. We lost some good cornerbacks, so maybe we need some more depth at corner. I don't see him taking a corner in the first round. But maybe a safety or something of that nature because we lost May through free agency. So there's a lot of different ways they can go. I think the simplest thing to do is get an offensive lineman because the offensive lineman was struggling at the beginning of the year. Trevor Penning, who was our first round draft pick 2 years ago, he just he doesn't look good. It's a struggle. Maybe it's just not a good fit for him. I think that's probably more of it. I just don't understand when somebody it was a right tackle in college, and then they come in the league and you try to make them a left tackle. You know what I mean? That's a big difference. That's hard to do. And you ask a rookie, a young player, to do that, to go up against some of the best players, the best defensive players.
Right.
And he's a run blocking left tackle.
Mm-hmm.
A right tackle, I'm sorry, a run blocking right tackle, and you're trying to force him to play left tackle. Right. So it's just not smart. I don't get it. And then Ramczyk on the other side.
Has he ever played it?
All I know when he was drafted, he was a right tackle. And we already have an all-pro right tackle in Ramczyk. And he's injured. So it's just like, what are we doing? And then our left guard was drafted as a left tackle. He was a left tackle. And they put him in the games and the offensive line got better. So, Andrus Peat, he coming out of college, he was a left tackle.
Right.
We already had an all-pro at left tackle, so they moved him to left guard. And he's played well at that position. But during last season, when Trevor Penning was struggling so badly, they put Peat at left tackle, and it solidified everything.
Right.
So it's just like, you got a bunch of guys playing out of position. We got a right guard who was drafted as a center out of Michigan, and you got him playing right guard. And the center, he was drafted out of Texas A&M as a right guard who's playing center. So you can see how these guys are all confused because they're completely playing out of position, even though they're playing in the positions that they're playing in. They're playing in okay. Some are struggling more than others. But the reality is they're playing in positions that they weren't even drafted at. So the best thing to do is to keep, kind of strengthening that offensive line. I think they got to take a tackle because Ramczyk, we don't know about his health. Trevor Penning hasn't been playing well. The transition from college to the pros hasn't happened as well for him. So there's a lot of questions for the tackles. And, for a shaky quarterback who has his up and downs like Carr has, you got to protect him if you want to have a chance at making the playoffs. So,
right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Not feeling confident about it, but, we got to help him out. We're stuck with it. We're stuck with Carr.
Yeah. I mean, for now, absolutely.
For now.
But this is a draft. Like I said, there's a lot of quarterbacks available.
Yeah.
Michael Reach was playing, first, late. I mean, second round, third round. I mean, there are quarterbacks you can reach out there for. There's a lot of quarterbacks available in this draft.
Yeah. I mean, and who knows? I mean, Penix or Knicks may fall to us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's always a quarterback that falls to the late round. I mean, later in the first round that you can jump on.
I mean, what are y'all, like 12 or 13, something like that?
Yeah, something like that.
Right in the middle. 14. You're 14.
14. Okay. Yeah, because I think the Broncos are 12, right?
Yeah, Broncos are 12. Yep.
Yeah. Yep. And the funny thing about the Broncos traded for Zach Wilson. They traded for Zach Wilson, and I guess they're just trying to get a veteran quarterback on the roster.
Yeah, for a backup. Yeah.
Well,
I know they're not going to go in with
he just cannot be the starter for this team. I just cannot see Sean Payton saying, we're going with Zach Wilson as our starter for the season.
That cannot be your plan at all.
No. So that cannot be the plan. So, I can see them drafting somebody in this first round. So they're probably gonna let Bo Nix or Penix fall to him at 12. And yeah, that'll probably be what it is, man. Zach Wilson and Penix starting this season for the Broncos.
Yeah. So do you think that the first three gonna pop off just as everybody's playing is settling in right now? We're 2 days away from the draft, and it looks like it's gonna be 3 straight quarterbacks off the board. You think it's gonna turn out like that?
I don't think it's going to be the 3 straight quarterbacks. I think it's going to be 2 straight. I think for certain Caleb Williams and Daniels are going 1 and 2. I'm not sure about this North Carolina quarterback. I'm
Yeah,
not buying it. Yeah, I'm
yeah,
not.
he's popping up just like he's moving up just like who's New York quarterback? Why can't I think his name right
Mitch
now?
Trubisky.
No, New York's quarterback is now.
Oh,
He
Daniels.
yeah, Daniels. He's jumping up just like Daniels did right
Mm-hmm,
before the draft.
mm-hmm. And
Right
just
before
like
the
Mitch
draft.
Trubisky did. You remember Mitch Trubisky
Yes,
from North Carolina too? It's like, who
yep,
is this guy?
yep. And Carson Wentz, they did too. All of them kind
Yeah,
of jumped up just before draft. There's always one that
right.
just rises up to the top
Yeah,
for some reason.
and some silly team takes them thinking that they're being smarter than everybody else, and it's like,
Yeah.
why would you take Mitch Trubisky number 2 overall? I think it was number 2 or 3, something like that, too high to be taken to trade up, trade future first round draft picks to get a quarterback that hadn't even done anything in college.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't get it. It's like, okay, if you're not telling me he's a winner, he's just been winning crazy games, then show me the athletic characteristic he got that nobody
right,
else got.
right,
'Cause
right,
I be seeing
exactly.
these quarterbacks, I'll be like, I've seen a lot of Carson Wentz's, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I see a lot of Daniels in New York. I've seen that type of quarterback with that size and that attributes, but show me the winning with it.
Right.
You know, show me him winning big games
Right.
on that level.
Or show me the athleticism, like you said. Show me the arm talent. Like when we saw Patrick Mahomes at, I think it was Texas Tech where he played. He
Texas
was
Tech,
a
yeah.
We saw this
Flash
guy
in
do some fantastic things at Texas Tech. You know,
yeah,
a bad team, he was putting them on his back and doing
yeah,
some crazy stuff. So
absolutely.
you saw that, right? So, you know, I didn't see that from Mr. Trubisky. I saw that from Lamar Jackson playing at Louisville. You know, Louisville was put on the map because of Lamar Jackson.
Yeah,
You know, so you
absolutely.
got to show me that crazy talent, and I definitely didn't see that from Mr. Trubisky. I was blown away that this guy was like even taken that high in the draft. So
Right.
I I just don't want to believe that teams are going to make that mistake again. They're like with Daniel Jones, Mr. Trubisky, um, Carson Wentz taking these quarterbacks high in the draft when they hadn't proven anything in college.
Yep. Yep. It's well, of course it remains to be seen. I mean, because we seen quarterbacks who were good in college then bust in the NFL, you know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it seems like this is happening every year now. There's one that everybody seems to all of a sudden jump on the bandwagon and, think they're going to trade up to get him. And
Right.
right now, more times than not, he's ended up being a bust.
Right.
You know, because if everybody knew what they knew right now, everybody wouldn't have been jumping up there to get Patrick Mahomes.
Right.
You know, but it seemed like that Andy Reid the only one that had the foresight
Well,
to move to go get him.
well, see, that's the funny thing about it. It wasn't just Andy Reid. So here's the rumor coming out of New Orleans.
Okay.
Well, no, Sean Payton even said it. He was going to draft him. The Saints were primed to draft Patrick Mahomes. He said he saw him work out, and Sean Payton said he thought he was the best quarterback he had seen in that draft.
Mm.
And he thought he was going to fall right to him. And the Chiefs traded with the team 2 picks ahead of the Saints to snatch him. Wow. And yeah, Sean Payton was prepared to tell Drew Brees that they were going to draft this guy. You know, like, hey,
wow.
we're drafting your replacement. Yeah. because yeah, he talks about that. He really liked Patrick Mahomes. He felt like he saw the talent in that guy, and I'm like, damn, if that guy would have been with the Saints with Sean Payton as offensive coordinator, we'll probably have just as much success as the Chiefs are having.
Yeah,
but yeah, that was like Andy Reid has always been a great coach. He just hasn't had like the full talent. Like I never believed Donovan McNabb was a great quarterback. You know what I mean? And Donovan McNabb held him back because he would just bomb in big games, right? You remember that year they went to 4 straight NFC Championship games and lost it with McNabb.
Yep.
And I think the 5th time they went to the Super Bowl, and then he bombed in the Super Bowl against the Patriots, throwing up on the field.
Yeah. And
now,
but when you got the combination of a great quarterback and a great coach, you're gonna win games.
You're gonna win games. You're gonna win 3 Super Bowls and what 4 years?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Does he have 3?
Yes.
No. Wait a minute.
1, 2 in a row.
Mahomes had 3.
Has 3 Super Bowls.
Are you sure did he make one and then lose or something like that? Didn't he go?
He lost one. Yeah, he lost one.
But he has 2.
He definitely has 2.
He hasn't been to 4 Super Bowls, right?
He's been to 4 Super Bowls. Yes.
Oh shit! I think he had 2 Super Bowls. I didn't know he. You sure he got 3?
I'm almost certain. Remember, he lost one to the Bucks.
He looked right with Tom Brady. Right.
With Tom Brady.
Right.
But he had won one before that.
Yeah.
Right? He won one before that.
Because I know he beat San Francisco twice.
Right. Beat San Francisco the first time, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then he just recently beat them. But before that, he had won the Super Bowl against the who did they beat? Yeah, he's a 3-time Super Bowl champion, 3-time Super Bowl MVP. The first Super Bowl was against the 49ers. They beat the 49ers 31-20. The second Super Bowl, no, that was the first one. That was the first one that they won.
No, I'm saying the first one and the last one were the 49ers.
And then he first and don't forget, he beat the Eagles 38-35.
Beat the Eagles. That's what it is. I'm missing the Eagles. That's
missing the Eagles.
That's right.
So that's back-to-back Super Bowls.
Yep.
Yeah.
I forgot about the Eagles.
Yeah, it was 2019 when they beat the 49ers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Damn. Yeah. They scored 21 points in the fourth quarter.
It just came by so quick, man. I forgot a Super Bowl.
Yeah, man. It's crazy, man.
It ran up so quick and just forgot about it. I missed one Super Bowl.
And keep in mind,
we really been Super Bowls already?
Yeah, man. And he's been to the AFC Championship game every year.
Yes. Unbelievable. Man.
It's unbelievable. Only losing to Tom Brady and the kid from Cincinnati. Why am I blanking on his name? Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow. Yeah.
But other than that, dude's been to the Super Bowl 4 times. NFC Championship every year. Yeah.
And that's 4 Super Bowls in 5 years, right?
Yeah. Since 2018.
That is so crazy.
That's crazy, right? That's insane.
When Tom Brady leave, and here come another one. You know?
Yeah. It may break all Tom Brady records. He already got 3 Super Bowls.
He's on his way. I mean, Tom Brady did that same thing. People remember though.
Yeah, this kid's 28.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. And early in Tom Brady's career, he won 3 Super Bowls in 4 years. So yeah, he's right on that same path.
He's on that path.
Right on that same path, man.
Yeah, you think to yourself like, man, nobody ever will win. What, Tom Brady has 7 Super Bowls?
7 Super Bowls.
Yeah, this kid already has 3.
Yes, already. In his first 5 years of his career.
First 5 years.
6 years. First 6 years is.
Yes. Okay. 5 or 6 years.
Remember the first year
he didn't play in 2017. He didn't play. Alex Smith played.
Backup first year.
Yeah, he was a backup. So 2018 till now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And keep in mind, Tom Brady played till he was 45.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tom Brady played till he was 45. This kid's 28.
Yeah.
So if he
Got 20
plays
more
as long
years.
as Tom, plays to
But
Tom Brady's age, close to 20, what another 15 years, 15, 16 years.
the only thing to get me with Patrick Mahomes is that his game his athleticism is involved in his game. That's
Right.
the only thing that gets me with him. Because this year, because in that even in that Super Bowl, he
He
used them
ran.
legs.
He did. He
He
sure
ran.
did. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he
That was
did
the
that
difference in the
again.
game. Because remember,
Yeah,
the 49ers was
that was the
stopping them.
difference.
That was the difference.
Yep,
And the
that was the
49
difference.
and that's what I love about him, the combination of him and Andy Reid, especially
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes. He seems to figure that stuff out. Oh,
Yep.
okay. So you're gonna give me the run.
Yep. And I
Fine,
will
I'm gonna
take it.
take it.
And I'll run for 25 yards on this play.
Yeah, I'll keep running for 25 yards until you change the defense. They change the defense. Okay, now I'm gonna get you with the pass. Pick your poison. And that's the beauty of it. I tell people that's what I love about football and basketball is the strategies between the coaches and the players as they counter what the other team is doing, right?
Right.
You know, they're
Right.
making adjustments and they counter whatever you're doing. And that's happening all throughout the game. And that was the beauty of that Super Bowl, to see the Chiefs counter what the 49ers were doing defensively. And it got to the point where I think that's what got Steve Wilkes fired. The end of that game, man, because he had no answer for the Chiefs offense. He had no answer. He couldn't figure it out.
At all.
They figured out his entire game plan. He had nothing left and he couldn't adjust, which is unfortunate because I think he's a great, I don't want to say great. He's a good defensive coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
Absolutely, man.
All right.
But yeah, that was he's definitely on the GOAT path right now.
Right. All right. Well, let's go and wrap this thing up, man. Thanks for joining us again. We do this thing every week. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you next week.
Holla.